get this recording. Right, that's us ready to go. So, right, guys, so we're here with Micheal Downey. Micheal is going to tell us about his life and about his strongman career, etc. And I'm just going to let him introduce himself here by just asking him a simple question. Micheal, just tell us about your background and really where you grew up, sort of thing, really briefly, and then how you got into like the training and sport.
Yeah, so obviously growing up through school and stuff, through primary school and secondary school, always played football and a bit of gilly and stuff, things like that there. And then
you actually went quite a high level in football, didn't you?
Yeah, football played for the school and stuff, and then played for the likes of the Macarada, Donegal, Celtic. And then I had trials for Man United, Northern Ireland schoolboys, stuff like that there. And then for the Gaelic side of things, represented Antrim. When I played against Dublin at Casement Park, like at schoolboy level.
Happy days.
So, which was good too. So that there, kind of done all that there, kind of throughout my teen years, and then just kind of fell in love with it, and then started kind of watching my older brother do a bit of powerlifting.
Yeah.
And went to watch a few of his competitions. Actually, your brother Simon.
Yep.
Him and Simon, load of years back, I think, about maybe like 15, 16 maybe. Watched them and then said, "What man get that a go someday?" And then started doing a bit of training like them kind of people, and then entered kind of a few powerlifting shows.
Yeah, and you done well in the powerlifting shows. I don't know if you still hold it, but I've known you obviously a good few years. But you held as world record in the squat, drug free, didn't you?
I started off the federation, the Northern Ireland Federation, Northern Ireland Powerlifting, where it was kind of the two weight category kind of champion and held the records for the deadlift and the squat and stuff like that there. And then I started doing the IDFPA, which is an Irish drug free powerlifting, which is kind of like a bigger federation to Ireland.
Yeah.
And it was Irish champion, that European champion, and then European and world record holder in the squat. And
what was that squat weight?
The squat, the record was there from like 1981 from a guy calling him, his name was Donaldson from America.
Yeah.
1981 it was there, and it was his record, I think, was 271, and then I squatted 273 as a junior with just a belt on, so that's like no knee support or nothing at all. Raw.
That's some serious going. And you were a lot your body weight was a lot lower then before you started into the strongman as well, wasn't it?
I think with that record there, I think my body weight would have been 130 odd kilo.
Yeah. Perfect. Which is it's big for the average person.
Like small to me with big.
Yeah, 100%. Considering I'm sitting at 80 odd kilo. No, that's perfect. So that's just basically a bit of background to you. And you got successful in the powerlifting, you got through all that, and then you got yourself into strongman. So you basically, how'd you get yourself transitioning from the powerlifting to strongman to then leading to an Irish record and an Irish title?
So the powerlifting just for me was just kind of like we were kind of like born, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like background. It was more like it's more like the lifting stuff are like more like everything has to be form, has to be 100%, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So big deadlifts, and I was getting turned down for like a knee bend or a slight hitch. We're in the gym, I got rapping for maybe 4 or 5 reps. So
yeah,
that aspect I was kind of getting to be a first shoot. And as I said, I was going to be born too. And I said, I made a bit of a change, and then there was a local strongman contest at the gym.
Yeah.
Glenn Ross, I think, was on the strong. No, was it Glenn Ross? I think no, that's lies. It wasn't Glenn Ross. It was Jan Slave. Jan Slave were running Jan Slave qualifier at Academy 1, and the likes of Darren Sadler was over, your man Benedict Magnuson, and they were on the qualifier show there. And the friend of mine asked Dave Warner's promoter about could I jump in and compete?
Yeah.
High level with the likes of Brian Irwin and your man Pa Dwyer and a couple of other big names, and I entered. That was my first show with no experience. I didn't train for the events, just entered.
And how did it go?
Came last, but absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Like the buzz about it, and it was totally different from powerlifting. More the adrenaline, everything was class. And even though it came last, I really enjoyed it.
But see, now do you know what year that was roughly? Just so we can see how long it took you sort of going from just starting to being an novice to then winning
I think I was like see what's matter with me is see when I start off strong man. I did. If you were start off now, would say right, David's going to do like novice level,
Yeah.
and then beginners, and then
Work your way up.
intermediate, and then a win runner. And see my first show, I jumped in with the best in the country. Like the winner of that show went to Britain's Strongest Man. So you had the likes of, as I said, the Brian Irwin, Paul Dwyer, Phil Morgan, Chris McNaughton, all big names in the sport.
What about your best mate, Big Daddy Glenn Ross?
Daddy Glenn Ross, he was competing. It was a Giant Slade show. So as I said, that was my kind of first show. So I just jumped in right at the deep end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's perfect. And then
I think that year was 2015 or 16. One of the two, definitely.
So 2015, and then we fast forward 3-4 years, whatever it is, and then you get yourself qualified for Ireland's Strongest Man, and you go down and you end up winning it. Talk us through that. How you got qualified for Ireland's Strongest Man, and then what happened at the event.
So for Dave Warner, he's like a World's Strongest Man official. He runs a show here in Ireland called it's Giant Slave, Ireland's Strongest Man. And with the winning spot, that qualifies you for Britain's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
And if you do well there, you go to Worlds. That's only way in Ireland. If you want to World's Strongest Man, only way in Ireland. The qualify to get the Worlds is through that show. No other show get there. You know what I mean? So a few shows before that, I was lacking a bit of confidence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, maybe I'm putting up too much videos on Instagram and Facebook for likes and too much time. I says for this show, I'm not going to tell anyone I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just going to train behind the scenes and go for it.
So I think at the time you were actually in the gym PT and stuff.
Yeah. Is that when you started to take Joe on then as a coach?
Yeah.
Before that, for those that you might have seen Michael before, and I've known Michael for many years working for his brother in the gym, but before that, Michael would have never stuck to a program. Now, he probably won't mind me saying this. He would have came in and he would have says, right, tonight I feel like doing deadlift or doing whatever, maybe through 170 kilo up the bench or whatever, and then just went home. And Joe always said to him, you need to have consistent training if you're going to make it anywhere in this sport. And Michael, it just went in one ear and out the other. And then eventually, he said, right, Joe, I'm going to stop all this sort of video and crap. I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to do a program. And then, Michael, take us from there. So you started listening to Joe.
I've only listened to Joe, but honestly, probably the last years, everything up until that there, I just kind of done what I want.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of, not like in a lazy way, but just no programming, anything.
Yeah, or no dad either.
No dad either. People say you must eat you must eat big calories. And I couldn't tell you how many calories even to this day that I still eat, you know what I mean? But with Joe, it's kind of like probably like where a boxer has a coach in his corner, the KG. For me, I just need someone to guide me, just to help me.
Yeah, and someone to be accountable to as well, someone that's checking in on you, because it's very easy, what I find even in my own training, that when you're doing something, unless you've got someone there checking in on you, you can just bluff your way through it and be like, I can't even be bothered finishing that session or whatever.
He's not a mere training with a few lads, doing with me every session, but in every workout I have to text him across what I've done, send videos across.
Yeah.
To show them something with a plan. Time to listen, this isn't done the figure, blah blah blah. So as you're saying there, it's something to be accountable for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you started listening to Joe and you got down to that Ireland's Strongest Man, and talk us through some of the events maybe, or at that, am I right in saying you did get a log record? No. So it was they run the Giant Slave Ireland's Strongest Man. It was the first year, and they put it on an expo. Yeah.
Down in Dublin, down in Swords.
Yes.
And so what they done was they run the Ireland's Opens, which I'm in, along with all the weight categories, to try and promote as a bigger event. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So get more publicity for the sport, and so there's more more chance for people.
Yeah. So I got the events after a lot of weeks out, and then I just trained them on the quad. I worked on a lot more fitness, and I felt a lot more fitter.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually won me the show down there, because I remember the events were log press for reps. I was like 125 or something. I done like 7 reps easy with time left. Just stopped. I won that event. And then there was another event, the 400 kilo yoke for 20 meters. I came top 3 in that. There was a loading medley, like a tire, a couple of sandbags. Came top 3 in that.
Yes, I remember seeing the video for that one.
And then there was the deadlift for max weight. I think at the time when he pulled like 3:15 or no 3:30 maybe.
Yeah.
In the warm up, my suit ripped.
That's right.
I was hanging on. Did you ever see the squat rack?
And when it snapped the top, didn't it?
And it snapped out. So we kept the suit off until the last lift, and then what we done was we cable tied it. But little did I know it, when I went to lift it, it would actually work against me because it wasn't like it was Velcro. It was supporting you. It was like cable ties. You know what I mean? So as I'm trying to lock my way out.
Aye.
I'm trying to lock my way out. It's pulling. There's no give. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I remember was actually pulling that deadlift because I won the overall deadlift in the opens and actually won me the title. So I missed that lift and I won the one. And then the last event was at the Stones, which I won 2 for reps.
Yeah. And that was, so once you won that there, that basically gave you the gold card to get yourself to the Britain's Strongest Man.
Yeah, Britain's,
and
yep.
That was the first real part. You were the first person in a few years from here to actually go over and do all right at the Britain's. Actually,
the point scoring, like I had a lot of family and friends and people were like, they're all like, these points don't make sense. Like people didn't understand like the point scoring the way it
works. Yeah.
If you look at the show, that Micheal Downey comes last, but like mostly every event, and I only came last like one event.
Overall, but it's
overall,
how many. Yeah, it's if you can place average, that sort of gets you up at the top at the end of the whole thing. Yeah. So talk us through the British Strongest Man, because obviously it must have been an amazing experience. You know, competing with the likes of, you know, Adam Bishop and Mark Felix and all them sort of boys who are like real high-end competitors of the sport, Graham Hicks and stuff like that. And was Chalet there as well?
Yeah, so was Lawrence Chalet competing at Britain's when I was there? Was it? Was it? Yeah, Chalet was there.
Yeah, he was there.
No, it was Lawrence Chalet was there. Graham Hicks, Luke and Tom Stoneman, Mark Felix, Mark Steele, Paul Smith, Ben Brunnan, Terry Hans.
Big Terry. Legend.
Terry Hans, nine times World Strongest Man finalist. I think he's placed third twice.
Yeah. And what was that experience like for you? So were you nervous going over, or were you just excited to see what it was sort of like, or?
Probably isn't that like train with Joe. We've done the events. I think I have like 10 or 12 weeks preparation for it. During the events every single week. It's get a bit boring because you're doing the same thing week in, week out. But then when you go over and it's like kind of like different equipment and you're in an arena full of 10,000 people. It's different training in a car park, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. You're training in Blackstaff Mill in the car park with no one watching, a few cars trying to knock you down, a few joyriders. Next minute, you're in front of 10,000 people screaming your name. And what was it like walking out into the arena? Because I've watched it back and I've seen you walking out holding the flag. You must have been proud, you know, representing your country over such a big, prestigious event.
When I started strong kind of years ago, I was kind of locked up. Always was like a Brian Urban, who's from kind of the same place where I'm from.
Yeah.
And I always says, obviously, on like channels, I says, fuck, one day I said I'd like to go to Britain's Strongest Man one day.
Yeah.
To stand there amongst some of the people who look up to you, kind of idols, and you kind of watch. And so obviously, like when they call your name and you're walking out with your country's flag, and all your friends and family in the crowd cheering, and even people who don't know where cheering for you. The atmosphere, you're probably never getting a buzz like in your life. You know what I mean?
And would you say that, like a lot of people say, and I, from my days of even playing rugby, you know, I played at Ravenhill in front of a couple of thousand people, and when you're in that sort of mind frame, you don't hear the crowd, and people say that you must, but like because you're so zoned in, I didn't even hear when I was playing. I was just thinking about the game, didn't hear the crowd. But surely when there's 10,000 people, like, does that spur you on? Can you hear the crowd cheering, or are you so much in the zone that you don't even think about it?
No, there's obviously there's times like you can't hear them.
Yeah.
And then there's times that you can't. Like, I remember doing the law press. I didn't really think about the crowd. I just kept like wrap them down. But I remember when I was doing the frame carry.
Yeah.
And it was a race. You could hear the crowd. The atmosphere was getting higher and higher, and people were shouting all the way. And then when I was out the back in between breaks, I could hear my sister. Like, man, you have 10,000 people there, but you could hear one person like all over the place shouting, "Go on the ball!" And I'm like, "Fuck me! Someone tell her to shut up." That's what I could hear her.
But brilliant, mate. So after that there, sort of, if my research is right or me knowing you's right, you went on, you came back from that, you took a bit of a break, and then you went on to break the British dumbbell record, Munster dumbbell it's called, I think. Is that right?
I so always liked to enjoy press and stuff, and then always played a bit, a dumbbell in the gym, obviously,
Yeah.
and the black stab and things like that there, and then just watching different people. So there was a guy called Steve Stevenson. He was doing the ultimate strongman. He was going for, say, the British dumbbell record, like 124 or something.
Yeah.
And he failed it. So I went and done my own research to see who held it, and the record was currently held by Eddie Hall. Not that he trained or anything, but it was the heaviest dumbbell ever lifted by a British athlete, and he done it in the Arnold Classic. Yes. It was 120. I think it was 124.5. So I then mailed him, and I said, "Right, Eddie, I'm not going to break your dumbbell record. Obviously, I know you didn't just train facility for that there, but it's the heaviest dumbbell on record by a British athlete. Do you tell me a bit about it?" And he just says, "Yeah, I currently hold it." I'm like, "Oh, that's the weight." It was done. I think it was 2011. He says, if that's correct. I could be wrong. Or 2002. I need to look in that there for you. 2000 and something. He says, "Good luck, buddy." Blah blah blah. So I trained for it a couple of times in the gym, and I was capable of doing it. So I said to Joe one way and give him this advice, and like, "Right, what do I want to do?" And I says, "I'm going to tell people I'm going to go over it in the gym on officially."
Yeah.
So so spread the word about it, and I went into the gym, and next one was about 50 or 60 people there, and I pressed a 125 for a new unofficial record.
So it was an unofficial record, and you never ever went in to try and get that official or go into a competition?
Yeah, so what I done was I was then contacted by Stuart Murray, who runs all the strongman in Scotland. Yeah. He says to me, "If you fancy coming over, you could do it at the SEC. The SEC, that's the arena in Scotland, where they hold their kind of their body parts as such.
Yeah.
They hold their strongest man stuff. So I went over there, and Eddie Hall was actually there that day, and then they brought a dumbbell out, and the dumbbell weighed in at 127.5 kilo, and warmed up at the back, and I come out, and they're like, "Which one of you running?" I'm running, and then I looked over, like 4 mats. Looks like a mat you'd have in your living room. And I was like, "Not me." If anyone knows, I like the press, like a bit of space.
Yeah.
Then me fuck me look at this. So anyway, it didn't go into my head anyway, and I went out and I lifted the dumbbell up, and I pressed it. As I wanted to press it, I come off the mats, and then still just stub it, locked it out in the air, held it. Listened to the down call from the referee. Was a guy called what's his Edmonds. His daddy was the founder of World's Strongest Man. I think his dad. His dad's called Doogie Edmonds. He was so it was his son Edmonds. I think it was something. I didn't get his name. Anyway, he refereed anyway to make sure it was official. And like I said, Darren Saller and Cam Brace were all standing there watching it, Graham Hicks, and then he gave me the down call down, and then new British record, 127.5 kilo.
Brilliant. And do you still hold that record today, or has someone went on to break it?
Or? It's no, I still hold it. I was set in September, and to be honest, even for that, I had a couple of signs to break it, but I believe like I've actually programmed it and we trained it. Like the world record 150, which is a massive amount of weight, but I think with a bit of training, I get close to that, no problem. Like.
And who is it holds the world record? Is it Big Z probably or something?
No, Mariusz Kawaskowski.
Oh yes.
The Polish strongman, 150 kilo.
That is a serious amount of weight. If you think about that, the average person can barely, deadlift that, where this guy's taking it with one arm, boom, straight above the head. Absolutely incredible. So after that so basically I just caught up the speed of...
Straight here, 1 second, straight here. Can I turn this around? Can I know?
Yeah, 100%, yeah, 100%.
I turn this around here. Let's see. Straight.
Bit inside. Happy days. And there it is, guys. Is that when you done it? Look at the mats, mate. I'll give you.
See it?
People get a bigger coffin than that. And they're expecting you to press. But there you go.
That's a record there. And then there's just, over here, 1 second, there's some pictures from Britain's Strongest Man here.
Incredible. Is that you actually walking out with a flag? The log press. Class. Look at the crowd. It really is. That's the picture there I'm going to use for the thumbnail of the video. Mate, they're awesome.
Just a couple of pictures, yeah.
So, I'll wait until you get yourself set back down again, sorted. So, I'll just basically call up the speed where you're at now and what sort of things you're at. So what's your future goals? Like, do you want to get back training and get yourself after this whole lockdown thing and get yourself back to Britain's strongest man, or do you want to? Is there any sort of other avenues you want to go down, or do you just want to train for fun, or what's sort of your goals?
So, to be honest, hold the Irish log press record at 200 kilo.
Yeah.
I also hold the Irish axle record at 181, but the actual record, I know that there's a lot more artists. There's been no shows with actually on it to extend that record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was there the day. It was literally just about, I'd say, about a month before the lockdown started. I was actually there the day you got the Irish log press record. So on the day you got 200, didn't you? But you went for 210 next. Isn't that correct?
I went for 200, and then Joe says to me for the last time, if I was you, I would go 205. But I says, I've pressed 207.5 in the gym, even though it's a gym lift. I have 210 in me. And then I attempted a 210 and literally just missed it through like a wee bit of balance issue.
Yeah,
I know it's hard.
Yeah, the first time you done it, you fell back a wee bit, and then you sat down, you went back into the room, you got yourself prepared, came back out, and you went for it again, and it was inches off.
It's like, you know what's sorry, you know what I mean? But for him, everything needs to be perfect, you know what I mean?
It's so, and this is where people get a lot wrong. I get people messaging me regularly, you know. Now, it's not that impressive when we compare it to you, but like the other week I got 240 deadlift, and I was quite happy with it, you know, triple body weight.
Yeah.
But it took me about like 12, maybe more weeks, a couple of months to go from 230 up to 240. And people think, well, that's only 10 kilo, you know, that's nothing. But you'll be able to say, like, when you're up near your max, 1 kilo makes can make a massive difference, I find, anyway. So, like, when you're...
100%.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like, with some lifts, like, even like say, like, anything below, even like 5 kilo, so it takes some guys years to put that on, right? Because at the end of the day, you're a guy who's training, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're cleaning stuff like that there, and you're looking to achieve like body weight stuff by putting like 3 times your body weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything's kind of at its peak there. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not as if I can say, listen, David, we're going to fill you full of horse food here, or we're going to say put on a load of stone. Yes, then you'll put on more, but everything's your limits. The same way, like with a top athlete, strongman, they're pushing their bodies to their limits. So for me to say to someone, push your body to their limits, then we're going to add on another 20 kilo over a week, it's impossible. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. That's what I found quite funny, and that's one of the questions going to be kind of after. I found it funny last week. Obviously, Thor done the 501 deadlift, but he was saying, and it was obviously just for promotional side for himself. He was saying, you know, if I get 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to deadlift 520. Now, maybe he could have had it in him, but like he trained so hard for that, and yet he says, you know, he could have pulled 520 just for a few extra likes, which I found was quite funny. Probably didn't happen in him, but because that's obviously a massive jump, especially at that weight. So back to you. So the future. So what do you think the future holds for you, Michael? What's your plans? Let's say in the next year.
So the future. I want to go back and compete more actually in strongman shows, not just like log and deadlift shows. You know what I mean? Because obviously without getting into politics here, I'm limited to what I can. People say to me all the time, I don't see really competing as much in Ireland because in Ireland there's only two event organisers, which is Dave Warner, who runs a Giants Day, which is Britain's strongest man qualifier, which is one competition a year, and then the other one is Glenn Ross. He runs his own Ireland's and his own Ultimate Strong, but I'm banned from doing that, so I can never do any of his qualifiers or any of his shows, which leaves me limited to shows I can compete in Ireland. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've only got them. You've got the
I don't want to go to some car park show.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to some car park show where then people will say, "Oh, you're a glory hunter. You're just going over trophies." Or some people say, "What's wrong? You're scared to compete there." But when you compete at kind of Britain's level, you want to try and improve it and get better and better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. 100%.
For me, it's just about hopefully try and sort a few things out and just try and compete more in the strongman shows and get back at British level again.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And hopefully we'll see you Britain's, maybe, if not, well, it depends with this whole lot. And then if not next year, the year after. What about the whole sort of powerlifting side of things? That's never no return. That's you done with that sort of side of stuff. You wouldn't ever be.
No, I never say never. I have gold in strongman. My goal is strong. People say, what's your goal is strong, man? My goal isn't to go to world's strongest man. My goal is to hold the world log press record or like a world axle press record. I believe on journey I've got the strongest, with being cocky, I have the strongest shoulders everyone the Iron's ever had.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that.
And at the minute, the thing I'm ranked like the top 3 or top 4, the best of all time in Britain.
Yeah. And
so,
what about,
as I said,
what is the current world record? It's Big C. Is it Big C or is it your man Libby or Liddy or whatever you call him?
No, the current log press record is 228 by Zavickas.
Big C. Did your man Big Baby or Big Iron or Baby Iron or whatever you call him? He tried to beat it, didn't he?
He pressed 220. He missed it, yeah. But in my mind, like I'd have pressed that 210 any day of the week when I missed it there. So ideally, you're only 18 kilo behind the world record, which is mad. Which is a lot of it is mad weight, and it will take time. But for me, like with the right guidance and the right coaching from Joe, keep me right. I believe I can do it. You know what I mean? And if I didn't, I could do it. I certainly won't be wasting my time.
Trying to go for it.
But kind of like if I achieve a goal or whatever else, then I want probably one day get back and get part of them, but I go again. You know what I mean? Kill around for a bit of fun.
For something for a bit of downtime, because obviously powerlifting is strenuous on your body, but when you compare powerlifting to strongman, it's like it's the next level. Strongman's the next level for like
like the power of them you won't be nowhere near taxing your body as much compared to the strongman, like your central nervous system and stuff like that there.
Yeah, no, 100%. And sort of as well, what about some people are interested in, like, what do you sort of do for your recovery? Do you have any sort of, like, do you go regularly for massages? Do you do hot and cold therapy? Do you literally just go home and just eat food? Or, like, what sort of stuff do you do for recovery?
One thing about me is I don't tell lies, so I'm not going to sit here and bullshit the mic saying I do this or there. For recovery, I don't do anything.
I thought that was what was going to come. I thought
what I started doing, to be honest with you, is the last kind of year is like once, sometimes twice a week, I'll go up to like Antrim Forum.
Yeah.
And up there, I would just like land in the jacuzzi and then jump into the cold.
Yeah.
And do a bit of hot cold treatment, and I would get a massage every now and again. But at the end of the day, strongman doesn't pay me millions of pounds or a lot of money. So for me to go and pay someone to massage me £30 or £40 a week, and then do all that, I couldn't afford to do it, to be straight with you.
No, absolutely. I've actually got a funny story about you in Antrim Forum. I was about a year ago. I was heading down with D Little, you know D, obviously. I was heading down Antrim Forum with D Little, and I get a phone call from my missus, and she was like, listen, you'll never guess who I'm sitting beside in the hot tub or who I sat beside. I was like, who? And she was, Eddie Hall. I was like, there's no way Eddie Hall was in the Antrim Forum hot tub. And she was like, no, I've seen this guy before. It's definitely Eddie Hall. Like, you've spoke to him all before. And I was like, listen, I've never spoken to Eddie Hall. It's definitely not him. She was like, right, I'm going to try and get a picture of the guy. And I was like, tell you what, bet you it's Michael. So I went on my phone and I seen that you had tagged in. I said that you had tagged into the forum. So I sent her a picture. I was like, was this him? She was like, yeah, that's him, not Eddie Hall. And I was like, no, it's not.
I get that all the time when you're sitting and stand working, two people up and going, fuck, you're Eddie Hall, or you look like him or something like that.
So moving on, so that's basically, is there anything else you want to say about yourself or about your goals or anything, or do you want to just move on to some trivial sort of questions that some people have asked me to ask you on Facebook?
No, just I just do strongman because I enjoy it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, like, as much as I love it, it's not like my end all be all. Like, I have a family and 2 kids.
Yeah.
And doing strongman comes with a lot of sacrifice and a lot of things too. But for me, is I would never risk my family or kids for the sport.
Yeah.
So that's why I just do it as a hobby, you know what I mean? Rather than some other guys, it's their actual life, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what people need to know as well is obviously, so you don't get paid for strongman. If you win the company,
I don't get paid at all. I have a supplement coming of anti-spinal will give me like free supplements, and then I have SPD who would send me free equipment like belts and stuff for me. But I financially no money at all, or no food, nothing like that. You know what I mean?
So basically, guys, Michael's just sponsored. A few companies sponsor him, equipment, stuff like that, food, and even watching from likes of me, watching like, you know, Eddie Hall or Thor or, you know, Branshaw. Obviously, and a lot of their videos, they actually talk about them and missing crucial parts of their family, like family life. I remember Branshaw saying he missed the birth of his child because he wanted to go to a strongman competition, which I find is mad. But for them, like, that's their bread and butter. They get paid thousands of pounds
for me, like I respect them. I respect them guys fat there because it's a huge commitment. Like Valley Hall all the time. You pull the 500, you have to go up to like nearly 30 stone in body weight and stuff, and you nearly died. So I respect them, but for me, I wouldn't risk all that for my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're professional athletes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of sponsors paying them lots of money.
Yeah.
It's their job. It's not my job. I mean, it's like your job as a coach or a teacher. Their job is strongman, where they have guys paying them thousands of pounds. They need to do it. Otherwise, you don't have the sponsors.
No, 100%. And what about some trivial questions? So, Thor versus Eddie, who do you think will win the fight? Someone wants to know what your opinion is.
I think Eddie Hall's going to knock him out.
You think Eddie Hall's going to knock him out? Personally, I think Eddie will train harder. Eddie will go for it. When you watch the videos of them talking about their deadlifts, Eddie puts so much dedication, so much of his life in that one deadlift. I'm not saying Thor didn't, but for Thor, he sort of took it gradually over a number of years to get to that sort of level. It's been 4 years since the record was broken.
I think Eddie has more.
Fight in him.
I think Eddie has like more of a what would you say, like a dog in him?
Like a mentality.
He's more like he's more of an ag. He's more maybe to come to different part of the country or wherever else. But I think he has more of like a dog in him, where he'd want it more.
Yeah, no, 100%. But it'll be really interesting, and it's probably good. It's going to very, very financially set them for life. I think that fight, they're going to get a couple of million each.
It says seven-figure contract, whatever that is.
It's in the millions of it anyway. And then another question here is, for you, still on their on the subject of Eddie and Thor, whose deadlift was more impressive for you?
Which one did I enjoy more, do you think?
Basically, which one do you think was you more excited about? You thought was, wow, that's impressive.
The time I watched Eddie Hall was on top of my bed watching on my phone. I felt like crying with the guy because you seen like afterwards he was standing crying. The blood was coming out of his mouth. The crowd, it was like I think it was like 13 or 14,000 people squealing.
Yeah.
Everything. I was like, you were going back, you're like, fuck me. You know what I mean? For me, Eddie's just kind of more impressive because he was the first guy ever to pull that route.
Yeah.
And he was a guy who made a statement, and then he went and done it. Rather that record was done like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Thor's been saying for 3 or 4 years he was going to break it, which he did do. But it's like 3 or 4 years moved on. Humans being get stronger. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And
I like Eddie Hall's lift better, but Thor's lift to me looked easier, and he looked like he had a bit more in the tank too. I wouldn't say 520, maybe like 510.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Don't get me wrong, it was so very, very, very impressive.
But here, it's very, very impressive, and probably like it's one of those things probably mightn't see for a long time. You know what I mean? But it was amazing, yeah.
Yeah. But what I think, personally for me, what I think is such a waste. Obviously, they're going to get paid, as we've mentioned, loads of money for it. But personally, I think it's a waste that. Well, not for Eddie, because Eddie's also obviously retired, but for Thor, he still wants to compete for a couple of years in the strongman scene. But he said he's going to drop loads of body weight here. He's going to get himself really fit and healthy and sort of lay off the weights just for this one boxing match. But I find that's a bit of a shame for the sport of strongman, because obviously one of the best competitors of it is going to divert his interest away from it for a one-off fight just to get extra money instead of his love sport, which is strongman.
I think when Thor pulled that 501 the other day, he was 200 odd kilo, and he says he's gonna weigh in at 170. So he's gonna lost 30 kilo in body weight. But I don't know if people know, but he's pulled out the world's strongest man 220 this year.
Yeah.
He's not doing words this year.
Does he not? That's news to me.
So people didn't know that. So he's pulled out of that there, which means he'll not be world's strongest man here. But for me, it's good and bad for the sport. I personally don't like it. I think it's embarrassing. I think people are going to laugh and go, look, people who lift weights can't fight because they're going to watch these two guys in the ring and just like throw TVs at each other. You know what I mean? Whereas I says on my post already, leave the kind of the fighters, the fighting. They're not fighters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they'll generate a lot of money for their families. They'll share it for life. They'll get like more support following.
Yeah.
Into the strongman sport, because people who when they do are going, fuck, who are these two? Yeah. So that's really good. I think it'll help strong. I'll promote it more. But for me, I'm not really a fan of it because it's like doing that route of the WWE wrestling. You know what I mean? Nah, it's like it's not about who's the strongest. Now it's about like the strongest guys out there. It's about who's the best actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and personally, I think it was a fix as well. Personally, I think they all knew about it before. This has been in the pipeline.
Well, there's a friend of mine kind of promotes a lot of strongman stuff on YouTube. I'm not mentioning his name, but he told me a few months ago that they were going to fight. And it was under wraps. So obviously, when he pulled the 5-1, then he's going to call him out. You know what I mean?
It's good crack. So, got another question here for you from So, and you sort of really touched on this, but I'll just ask you it again. So from us knowing you, it was actually Andy from who used to work in the gym. He says, what made you change so much? Like, why did your training progress so much from when we knew you at the gym to then all of a sudden you were Irish strongest man and competing in Britain's? But basically that was just, you've explained that sort of through Joe and just committing to an actual training program.
It was actually mad. I was like looking at some videos already from years ago, and it shows you in the background trainer class and all.
Yeah.
I'm pulling like 310 and 315 deadlifts, and the technique's completely utter shit.
Yeah.
Like, really bad, and something else. To me, it was just kind of like taking it a bit more serious, and then a lot of like support from kind of the missus too, like saying, right, like get your training properly, it needs to be properly. So what I done was I went and set my days where I train like say a Tuesday, a Thursday.
Yeah.
And like a Saturday or Sunday, you know what I mean, every week. And then obviously Joe then programmed me from a squat and then my deadlift and my log press, and then started listening to it, following a program, and then everything just boomed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the weights just flew up.
And where are you currently training now? Like obviously not during lockdown, but like when this is all over, where do you plan to base yourself for training or?
For that, when Joe shut down his gym, was kind of doing that because I had all this equipment and nowhere to go, and
I
couldn't afford it. The cheapest place of rent, £400 and £500 a month, I couldn't afford it. So a friend of mine, Tommy McVeigh, he let me go to his gym there in Dunmurray, in the Cuts Axel gym, and I was trained there until lockdown. But when this is all over, I think I'm gonna go and train with Stephen Harrison, a friend of mine, out the Shangle.
Yeah, happy days.
Because it's a proper kind of strongman gym.
Yeah.
It's a lot closer to home and stuff, and I believe that's where I need to go to get kind of the top results, because we'll have the top coaching, and then if you people around you, then everything's going to go forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I found that as well, and like for you, like you're training with Stephen, who obviously competes as strongman himself, and a few other lads are that I don't really know many of them, but if you're in Axel, which I'm not putting down Axel gym, it's a public gym, it's open to the public. So you've got, the average woman coming just to do like a spin class or a boot camp or whatever, and then she sees a guy who's 150 kilo lifting 200 kilo above her head. Yeah, it's intimidating. And there's no atmosphere for you as well. So you're sitting there trying to be, get yourself psyched up, but you have to be quiet because, someone's taking an abs and legs, bums and thumb class in the corner. So it's counterproductive for both of you.
Without that, as I said, without them, I would have been lost. But at the same time, like I've been in the circuit room training, and then people will come in, they would see different weights, and then they will leave it again. So obviously you're intimidating some people, but obviously it's just people are different. You know what I mean? That's not a bad thing, but in a way, you know what I mean. But it's good to have people around you, next to yourself. You train with your friends or like David Little and Andy, and they're all around each other.
Yeah.
And yes, like, I mean, it's not anything like world record weights, but you're enjoying it. You're after your own targets, your T times body weight. You're all shouting, you're standing turning back. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? It's all about having people around supporting you.
It's when you have, and as you said, like when you have that sort of support around you, you feel more confident as well. Like
that's a problem. People don't understand that, but see, since lockdown, I've trained a handful of times. I can't train.
Oh, what I've actually done is me and Simon and a few other lads are actually training over Zoom, like talking to each other, and then we're watching each other's lifts and stuff. So there's a bit of atmosphere, but it's so hard mentally to get yourself switched on when there's no one about. But we were saying that like in training, you have to find like the happy medium of like, your life balance and then your training, how much you want to commit to it. For me at the minute, I'm trying to go between, in my head, do I want to do Olympic weightlifting? Do I want to do powerlifting again? I'm sort of stuck to Olympic weightlifting at the minute.
That's something I would love to give a go to. The Olympic.
mate, honestly, I think that Olympic weightlifting, like, obviously your mobility wouldn't be great.
Joe said to me a long time ago, he says to me, your sport isn't strongman, or part of your sport's Olympic weightlifting.
Oh, absolutely. I reckon you could clean and press, you could clean and jerk, like proper. Now, what'll get you at the start is the technique side of things, as in, not that you don't have the technique, it has to be done a certain way. Your feet have to be together, you have to do it all proper. Yeah. It's not like strongman where you can use brute strength.
Brute strength.
Yeah. So that'll trick you a bit, but I reckon you could easily clean and jerk 150, like easy. Like, that's just basic first, like a week or two into it, once you get the technique, and then obviously after that you would just excel through. Which is
something to do. Maybe get a wee sizing or something.
I will get. Don't you know who you need to come to see? You need to come see Ronnie, the man, the myth, and the legend, Ronnie Whiteway. He'll teach you the ways.
Actually, I met somewhere before lockdown saying about come to do a prayer with him, and he says, "You think it was over in Aberystwyth?" And he says when he was back on his feet, about conversing to do a wee bit of technique with him, and then obviously all this year happened with the virus.
He's actually moved in now. They've actually moved into Blackstaff again. So he was originally in Blackstaff, obviously years ago, where you remember Simon and Joe and all train. He moved away to St Gemma's over in Ardoin, and he's actually back, and they've moved into SWAT, where I'm now working in. They've moved in.
They're inside that.
They're inside that now, so it's like a conjoined gym.
Right, that's good.
Yeah, so it's right beside you, like, so it's good. Which is it's handy for me, because normally I was having to finish working and travel straight over, but now I just literally.
That's good, mate. Yep, 100%.
But what was I going to say to you? So that's basically all the questions and sort of stuff I wanted to ask you. And thank you very much for doing it, mate. You're the first person that came to mind, because a lot of people are saying to me for like a YouTube or just for general, you know, we want to see you, you know, doing like podcasts or doing like interviews with like people who are top of their sport. And yep. I think there's no better man, strong man, straight to Micheal. And you're the first person to message. I really appreciate you coming on to chat this, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
No problem at all. So what we'll do is, guys, I'm going to post this up on YouTube. So, and I'll send Micheal a link, and he'll probably post it to his page and stuff. But I'll put the link of Michael's Facebook. If Micheal, you send me them across, your Facebook, your YouTube, your Instagram, and I can put the link. It means people can go and follow you, and you can see his progress. And hopefully one day you'll be able to witness that Micheal has a world record in the log.
That's the plan. How you, bro? How you?
Mate, thank you very much for coming on. And listen, look after yourself. Keep you and the family safe. And I'll see you on the flip side.
You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Knock off, yeah?
Yes, it knocked off a wee bit, but I'm just saying, basically, thank you very much for coming on, and look after you and your family, mate, and take it easy, and hopefully get a wee session when this is all over.
I'll see you soon. Take care, okay, bro?
Take it easy, mate. All the best.
Bye.